Hey guys, it's the end of the year and it is super easy to fall into a bunch of teacher traps. Stuff that's just all over your school, inside your classroom, with your students, inside your head. I got 5 of them. I got 5 traps that I want you to avoid at the end of the year. Let's do it.
This is a Lazy Teacher Podcast.
Welcome back to the Lazy Teacher Podcast. My name is Brian Pulowski, and this is episode 66, 5 end-of-the-year traps that I want you to avoid. Okay, guys, so as we get to the end of the school year, there's going to be a bunch of things inside your classroom, in your head, with your students, maybe even outside of school. These are all going to be traps that are going to make the end of the year kind of a bummer, and I got some good ones. I got some good traps that I want you to avoid to help you get through the end of the school year so we can jump right into summer and enjoy ourselves. 5 traps, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure you can count, but I wanted to show you on fingers because there's not a whole lot of them, and we're going to lay them out right here. One of the traps is the toxic teacher's lounge. Okay, my mom always told me when growing up, weeds grow weeds and flowers grow flowers. Okay, so let's think about that. If you're around a bunch of weeds in your life, you're just going to grow more weeds, and that's going to plant stuff into your head. It's going to put things in your head, negative things, right? So if you're going into the teacher's lounge and there's a whole bunch of negativity or weeds, as we're going to use for this example, it's going to bring about more negative energy, and you want to totally avoid that because at the end of the year, you know how it is. We kind of get a little bit burnt out on our students, the curriculum, the whatever. We're starting to get over it a little bit, if you know what I mean. And when you go into the teacher's lounge, if it's a toxic environment where everybody's just venting at the same time, it's hard to just sit back and take that in without feeling it too. So what you need to do to avoid this trap is maybe not go into the teacher's lounge. Have something that you have to do for your students or for your class, maybe just to avoid it. You know, when you start to notice a certain grade level or certain people maybe on your team, or people that just come into the teacher's lounge while you're in there at lunchtime or whatever, or break or whatever the case is. If it's a toxic environment, it's not worth it. Don't hang out in there. It's only going to breed more negativity, right? You don't want weeds to grow more weeds. You want to be the flower that's going to grow with more flowers. So if it's positive energy and people are talking about all the great things that they're doing in their classroom, that's the type of teacher's lounge that you want to hang out with at this time, especially at the end of the year. You know, we're all kind of going through some burnout a little bit, and we don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of negativity in the teacher's lounge. So that's first one is the toxic teacher's lounge. Number 2 is not staying in your lane. Okay, your lane is your student's success. Period. That's it. Your student success is kind of the goal of why we're teachers. You want them to succeed both emotionally and academically. You need to stay in your lane. Okay, so if you have maybe commitments in your school, that's all just indirectly working towards success for your students. That makes sense, right? Whatever you do to commit to your school outside of contract hours or outside of students, it's all ultimately building towards student success. That's your lane. Stay in your lane. Don't go walking out of your lane and venting to other teachers. That's going to create more drama. We talked about this in an earlier episode. You need to be careful. I want you to be very careful about who you're talking to because it's like a gossip train. Don't jump on this gossip train where you find out that one person's doing this and then maybe they're doing this in the school and so you're, okay, I need to go talk to that person. And oh my God, did you know that someone, did you know? Oh my, you did. You already knew. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, you don't want to get into that kind of stuff. Stay in your lane, guys. Student success is going to get you towards summer a lot faster if you're just staying in your lane. Don't worry about all the little drama that's going on around the campus. Don't get caught up on the gossip train. Just stay in your lane. Pretty simple, right? Okay. Number 3, losing sight of your classroom management. Okay, let's think about this. How many of you text while driving? If you're not watching, I'm raising my hand. I do it all the time. It's totally unsafe. I should not be doing it. But I still do it. And it's wrong. But would I do it if a police officer was next to me? Oh, heck no. I'm doing it because I think I can get away with it. And that is what your classroom management is. Okay, we get towards the end of the year and we start to think we've been together for so long that my students get it. They know my procedures, they know my routines, they know what the expectation is in Mr. P's classroom, in your classroom, in blah, 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 in the school. They do. They do. Let's give them credit, okay? They do. But like me while I'm driving and texting, and I know you do the same thing, if the police officer's not present, I'm doing it. And that's what you need to think about with your classroom management. The moment you drop your classroom management is the minute that they're going to start slipping on it, right? Here's another one. How many of you sing happy birthday in the classroom? If you're an elementary teacher, all the time. Okay, there goes my hand again. I do it. Did you know that it's against the law? It sure is. Copyright infringement. You can't sing happy birthday. It has a copyright license to it, and over a certain amount of people singing it collectively at the same time, for example, your entire classroom singing happy birthday, that's copyright infringement. Think about a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, are they singing happy birthday, or are they doing like the crazy happy birthday, happy birthday, oh, it's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday. Because you can't sing it. You can't sing the happy birthday to you, all right? Fortunately, at least in my school, the kids are always adding in the cha-cha-cha or chocolate milk or all that extra stuff. Those extra words break that. What are we getting into copyright infringement here, right? The podcast, this episode is all about traps. And one of the traps is dropping your classroom management, okay? You need to be super proactive about that. Letting your students know that even though it is towards the end of the year and you recognize that the end of the year is approaching, your procedures, your routines, your expectation, they're all still in place. Just like that police officer that needs to be driving right next to me so that I'm not texting, you be that police officer and drive right next to your students. Makes sense, huh? All right, number 4. Number 4 is checking out too soon. Oh my goodness. You can't do this. Okay, think about it. It's just like a cliche moment in a movie, right? The kid in the back seat while someone's driving. Are we there yet? Daddy, are we there yet? 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 Are we there? Just drives you bonkers, right? That's what your head's doing. When you start checking out too soon as far as summer or spring break and you're just like done, that's when you're checking out too soon. You can't do that. Okay, anticipating something is so good for you. It creates dopamine, right? So you anticipate something. I'm thinking about summer. I'm thinking about the nice weather. I'm thinking about the beach. I'm thinking about going surfing all the time, hanging out with my kids. I'm looking forward to not getting up early and working. So I'm anticipating this. That's good. That gives dopamine in my brain. That dopamine makes me feel good. So anticipation is great. It's great for you. But there's a difference. There's a huge difference between working towards something and looking forward to something and being done. I want you to look forward to summer. I want you to look forward to spring break, whatever it is that you have coming up. I want you to look forward to it. I want you to anticipate it and get that dopamine flowing and be stoked about it. It's going to keep you going. The longer you anticipate something, the more it builds up and it's worth it. Just be careful that you're not checking out, because if you check out and you're done, like I'm done, totally done with the school year. My kids are driving me bonkers. This curriculum does not even focus on the state test that we have coming up. It's the same issues over and over. I got this one parent that's doing this. I can expect that Johnny's not going to turn in his homework. Stacy's probably going to kick someone in class. I know she's going to bring out her cell phone because she always has her. Okay. bad. Don't get into that. That is checking out too soon. Don't do that. Okay, look forward to it, but maintain everything that has to happen in the classroom, because that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you going. The moment you check out and you're done, you are going to be struggling for the remainder of the time. That's what I'm saying, guys. You understand, right? Just look forward to it, but don't be done. It's way too soon to be checking out. If you're going to be checking out, maybe wait till like the last week of school, because that's okay. Come on, all of us have checked out at that point. The last one, number 5. Number 5 of the 5 end of the year traps is having no plan. No plan in the classroom. Okay? Having no plan is like losing sight of your classroom management. Having no plan is devastating. If you're going into your classroom and you don't have a plan for the day of what you're going to do, even if you haven't checked out, even if everything's fine, if you have no plan and you go into the classroom, your kids are going to eat you alive. They're going to eat you alive, period, if it's any time in the school year, but especially at the end of the year, because they know that it's coming. You need to keep everything the same, regardless if you have 8 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever the case is. You have to have a plan for what you're going to do. Take that little bit of extra time at the end of the day, before the day, and get something going. You have to have a plan for your kids. Better yet, write your plan on the board. Do you have an agenda? If you don't have an agenda, you're missing out, okay? Think about it. When you go to a conference, when you go to anywhere, don't you want to know what you're going to be doing? Your kids are the same way. They're looking to see what's going to happen. If you're getting burned out, if you're getting tired of answering the same question of, okay, got it, lunch is coming up. Why is your agenda not posted? Why are you not telling your kids what's going to be happening? Yep, we're going to do math, then we're doing language arts, then we're going to dive into this, and then remember we did that? Okay, you're going to have to find that because you're going to need that. I hope you didn't lose it. Okay, post your agenda, have a plan. It's going to make your day go super smooth. Listen, guys, we're almost done. It's almost summertime. We can do it. Push through. Don't fall into the traps. We got 5 traps. Let's run through them really fast. 1, toxic teacher's lounge. Stay away from any negativity that's happening in the teacher's lounge because it is not going to help you get to the end of the school year. Not staying in your lane. Your lane, 100%, is student success, academically and emotionally. Stay in your lane and only focus on that. Think about it. Are you doing something that is out of that lane? Are you doing something that does not work towards student success? If you are, stop it. Just don't get involved with that. Number 3 is losing sight of your classroom management. Okay, I think police officer, while I'm texting, you got to be on top of it. Be the police officer for your kids. Number 4 is checking out too soon. There's a difference between anticipation, waiting for it, looking forward to it, and being done. Do not be done. Do not tell your brain that you are done yet. If you do that, it's hard to come back from it. Just keep looking forward to it. Say, nope, not done. I still got a little bit of work to do. I still have stuff I have to do, but I'm not done. And the last thing is having no plan, okay? Plan out your day, mornings, after school, whenever you have to do it, and post it. Post that agenda for your kids. You're going to be amazed how much smoother your kids are going to enjoy the day, how much faster it's going to seem for you because your kids know what's going to happen. And they like that. They like to know what's happening. We all do. Yes, we do. All right, guys. Well, that is it. That's it for you guys. That's it for me. It's the end of the year traps. Don't fall into them. Did I leave something out? Is there something that maybe you're noticing that I should have brought up? Leave me a comment below or shoot me an email or DM or whatever. My email is brian@thelazyteacherpodcast.com. Let me know, what traps did I miss? I mean, these are just the 5 ones that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's some other ones. If you think of something, let me know. We can talk about it. I hope you guys are having a great week. Looking forward to this weekend. I got a lot of fun stuff going on in my life, man. It's a lot of great stuff. I already had my spring break. If you haven't had yours yet, because it's somewhere around Easter, like, whatever. 2 of my kids had their spring break already with me, and then my other 2 kids that go to a different school, they don't have spring break yet. Theirs is going to be next week, just before Easter. But I guess it depends on when you're listening. I hope you guys had a great spring break and you're looking forward to summer. I am too. I really appreciate all your guys' support. Love putting this stuff out for you guys, and it's always a fun time. And that's it, guys. This is the absolute tail end of the show. I hope you got what you came for. See ya!